Alright, welcome to the Gimp. We are going to be creating a animated GIF using the Gimp today. To get started, open up the Gimp and let's go to File New. And we're going to leave our image size the default size. So the width will be 640 and the height will be 400. And then under Advanced Options, let's do Fill with White. Okay. And I've got an example of the animation we're going to be creating. Basically, we're going to be using the circle brush, and we're going to use it to create a little animation where the circle gets bigger and smaller as it goes around. Okay, so we're back here. You need to open up your layers, so press Control L. That'll bring up our layers box here. And you want to make sure you have the toolbox. And if you don't see, you want to click on the paintbrush, and if you don't see this down here, you need to go to Windows, Dockable Dialogues, and then Tool Options. And these are the tool options for the brush. Okay, so we'll choose the brush here, and let's go ahead and start with the circle that's 5. And basically what we're going to do is just left click with your mouse once, and that'll create the dot. And then you are going to create a new layer. So you go to Layer, New Layer, and you can see that there's a shortcut for new layers which will be helpful for this. Shift Control N. Okay. So our layer will be layer 2, and then the width and the height will be the same. So 640 by 400. And let's leave the layer fill type on transparency. Click OK. So on our new layer, we're going to choose a new brush, which will be a size up, which is 7. And then you're just going to click with the brush. And if you want, you can go and you can change the color. Like I could choose red, and I could make it red here. Alright, so once you have that, you can do Control Shift N, new layer. This is layer 3. Everything else stays the same, so I can click OK. And then I'm going to increase the size of the brush. And I could change the color if I want. There we go. And then you just go and you make a new layer. And you want to increase the size of the brush again. Let's go ahead and change the color. Okay. And then go ahead and make a new layer, layer 5. Go ahead and change the color to something else. And we'll make this one about right here. There we go. Make a new layer, layer 6. And we'll have it bounce off the wall. So once it gets here, oops, forgot to change the color. Let's go with red here. There we go. And then we'll make a new layer again. If you guys get the hang of this, you can always fast forward through me making each individual layer. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to have it bounce off the wall, go back. Okay, the pattern doesn't really matter as long as you make a new layer for each one. Let's change the color. And we'll make a new layer here. So we'll decrease in size, and we want to change the color. Okay, we'll make a new layer. So let's keep it the size decreasing. Make a new layer. Change the size of your brush, change the color, and we'll have it, we could have it go whatever way we want. There we go. Make a new layer, change your color, change the color back. Okay, make a new layer. We're on layer 14 now. Change the size of your brush. It's continuing to get smaller. And we'll just keep going. This is layer 15. Oops, forgot to change the color. There we go. And let's do one more. So shift control N. This is layer 16 here. And the last one will be yellow. There we go. Alright, so once you have them drawn out, you should have about 16 layers. If you want to keep making the ball move and get bigger and smaller, you would just keep continuing making the layers. Why don't you guys go up to 20 layers? Okay. Once you get there, you're going to go to Filters, Animation, and then Playback. And if you hit play, you can see your animation in action. Pretty cool. So you've got, it'll show basically a frame at a time. You guys have 20 frames if you went up to 20. Alright. To save it as a GIF, you need to go to Filters, Animation, and then Optimize for GIF. And when we do this, it's going to create a new file. Okay, so down here at the bottom, you'll see it's a new file. Okay, so you're going to open that up. Let's go to File, Save As. Okay, you're going to go to the 506. And let's go to your folder, your name, and your graphics. Okay. And we want to name it, let's name it Gimp Animation. Okay. And I'm going to replace the one I already have. This is really important. Where it says Export File, you want to make sure that it says Save Animation. If you leave it on Merge Visible Layers, you won't have an animation. And then let's do Convert to Index using default settings. So make sure you have it on Save as an Animation because we want it to animate, and Convert to Indexed using default settings. Click Export. We can check Loop Forever, that's fine. Delay between frames. The larger this is, the slower your animation will be. Okay, and actually on your layers, it has the number of milliseconds. Okay, so you can change each frame manually. We'll leave it at 100 milliseconds because that looks good for what we're doing. Okay, and you want to hit Save here. And then once you have that done, you can go into your folder and check it out, or you can insert it into a PowerPoint and watch it. And you are finished with the assignment.